the legends, and the lore of big old Yukon moose deer. But listen up here. I know another Bigfoot, and boy, do I got something to tell you.
Here go a story, now some'll tell you it ain't true. But I was there, motherfucker, so fuck you. It took place deep in the woods up north. In a little town that's only found when you ride on the back of a horse. No electric running water, no luxury. Drinking at the bar in no timer, he sat next to me. He said he had a warning and I better listen up. It's a creature in this forest that ain't never been caught.
No for smacking down trees, summer or the snow, and he's snatching up livestock, shitting in the swimming hole, smashing through houses, snagging our dogs. Look and smell him coming miles away, stacking shit low.
3 a.m. in the morning, he's outside sounding big, sounding like a moped peeling out on the back of a pig. And in case I had any thoughts of sticking around, he told me it killed and ate half the people in this town.
He gon' fuck you up. Try to find your stuff. He gon' take your head off. Try to find him, cut you off. He gon' have you for the meal. Try to find him, got to spill.
We on the hunt for big smoke. We on that hunt for big fucking smoke.
See you later, oh fuck. Good luck with that. Wait, it ain't my horse for an afternoon snack. Shit. Well, I guess I'm camping here. Oh, fuck. I smell shit in the air. The old man said we got 2 choices on what we can do. Choice number 1, stay here and turn into that Bigfoot's morning doom. Choice number 2, it's so much more simple as you can see. You can run like a bitch and die. You hunt 'em with me. We set up
Bigfoot, booby traps, Sasquatch, wire trips, pipe bumper, skunk apes, Yetis get them Uzi clips, locked in on Yahweh. We hunt 'em with the 18 van, holler get the heat seeker, lawn mow the grass man.
camouflage head to toe. I wish a motherfucker would. Time to go. He said, hold up, you misunderstood. This ain't your everyday, average, normal beast. Nope. He said, son, strap in. We on the hunt for big smoke.
He gon' fuck you up. Try to find your stuff. He gon' take your head off. Try to find him, cut you off. He gon' have you for the meal. Try to find him, got to spill.
We on the hunt for big smoke. We on that hunt for big fucking smoke.
He came crashing through them woods, tying tree limbs in knots. Made a beeline for my partner, so we busted off shots. The bullets only pissed him off. Now Big Smoke cut loose. One chomp, now that old man just some feet in his shoes. Bloodthirsty as fuck. Big Smoke looked up at me, crushing boulders in his path. Mother bear of GP. Smoke got up in my face, let out a blood curling yell. Put a slash on my cheek and let me live to tell the tale.
He gon' fuck you up. Try to find your stuff. He gon' take your head off. Try to find him, cut you off. He gon' have you for the meal. Try to find him, got to spill.
We on the hunt for big smoke. We on that hunt for big fucking smoke.
Smoke. Big smoke. Big smoke. Big smoke. When I walk in the room, everybody gets live.
Hotties ask if there's any way that we can go and hide.
They beg to see my balls stretch high and stretch low.
Lick your lips on my dick, so drink, yo, yo.
Hanging nuts.
Check 'em out, ho.
Hanging nuts.
With all the dough, ho.
Hanging nuts.
All in your mouth, ho.
I'm bounce in them. Check it, check it.
Oh, oh, oh. Let him sneak a peek, got the bottom leg of my pants.
Shit's tricky, gotta watch where I step when I dance.
Padded pouches in my jeans sewn down the inner leg. Sack, for your slacks. I'm safely away.
Today,
Hanging nuts,
beat the swinging up.
hanging nuts,
Slap your face with 'em.
hanging nuts.
I smack the bitch and pin 'em.
I'm banged up as shit.
Ah,
Hanging nuts,
speakers on again.
hanging nuts,
That's why I wanna dip it.
hanging nuts.
You thought it was a tip it.
I put the bounce in them. Check it, check it.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. If you like your balls high and tight, get the fuck on my face. Crush a ball up on his anus. How you think them shits taste? People ask about my nuts, how I stretch them so long. I ask him how they rocky, then his chin gets so blown. With these stretch nuts, it lets us double score the best fuck. Show your net and get stuffed. Well, my scrotum gets stuck. I fed sluts with such nuts. Scoring whores, catching bucks from Ecuadorian and Dutch to China's finest porn sluts.
Nuts. The crowd popping hard.
Hanging nuts.
I'm all stomping hard.
Hanging nuts.
Forever popping hoes.
Snuffle up a kiss.
Snuffle what?
Hanging nuts.
They're coming across the street.
Hanging nuts.
You begging for a peek.
Hanging nuts.
I slowly take a seat.
I put the bounce in them. Check it, check it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Check it, check it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Snuffle up a kiss. Snuffle what?
What up, though? Welcome to Studio Motherfucking 17. We are live, coming direct to you straight off the motherfucking internet at youtube.com. Shout out John Malenko with the fucked up camera. But without further ado, yo, we out here, baby. It's time to fucking talk about the gathering of the motherfucking juggalos. I'm joined tonight by Black Screen John Malenko. And also, I don't know what name you want to go by, so just say something.
Hey guys, it's me.
Yo, put some kind of fucking emote in the chat if you are sick as fuck, because I'll tell you, I went out to the gathering 5 days early. I showed up on Friday the 29th. They were doing that Led Zeppelin show. Steve Trickle threatened the Juggalos not to show up to the gathering 5 days early, but I said, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going anyway. And I showed out, and it was dope as fuck. But all I'm saying right now is that for 10 days, I basically lived outside, like in the camper, and I was fine. The whole time I was fine at the gathering. And then now I got home on Sunday night, and Monday and Tuesday, what are we, Wednesday today? I'm feeling like shit, but I felt a lot worse. So hopefully whatever I'm feeling doesn't fucking progress. And hopefully it will regress. And that's all I got, like, off the top, man. I got fucking sick. I've been doing neti pots with the squeeze bottles and shit. Spooky Tuesday says John Malenko is on panel. Looks like nothing's getting by Spooky Tuesday tonight.
How bad is my camera?
Hey, John Malenko is shitting on everybody in this fucking chat, man. His house is amazing. And
yeah, he's got an amazing house. And
so what the fuck are you doing?
He's been so like never on panels and shit, but we bonded at the gathering. You know, we were in the fucking trash together, okay? Neck deep, smoking blunts, waiting for these fucking 50-year-old fucks to come out and talk about their damn dicks. Yo, shout out Tim Smoley with a $2 fucking super chat. Baller Lord!
$2?
Yo, I guess I'll start first by talking about the parking lot party since none of y'all motherfuckers showed up. I showed up on Friday the 29th at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then Willie Hayes showed up shortly after me, but he had already been, like, by. We'll see if John Malenko comes back.
Later, pussy.
Yeah, see ya, pussy. Let me mute this. There, that's probably better. I showed up at the Led Zeppelin show. at 9 a.m. on Friday the 29th. It was popping off at like 8 p.m. that night. And Steve Trickle let us in around like maybe 10 in the morning or something. I don't
like this view. Can you please fix it?
Yeah, turn your camera off.
You just keep being sick over there, buddy.
I'm fucking dying, bro. I didn't even. Yeah, it's Mac. I didn't even want to do the show.
Hi.
I'm so sick. But yeah, I showed up for Led Zeppelin. Steve Trickle let us in around like 10 o'clock in the morning, and then he backed us up against the fence right near the main gate, and then it was established that like Willie Hayes was first, I was second, Brad Goebel and Daniel Butler were in that fucking sick RV. They were third. And I think Berger was behind us, fourth position in line. And then after that, I didn't really pay any closer attention. But if y'all remember where the Studio 17 camp was located last year at the gathering, it was basically like
complete
right
opposite.
along the road in front of the pizza and the food. It was a sick spot. And but it was a little bit hilly. It had a nice angle over there. So this year, I was hoping that I could get a similar spot, but one over, across the fire lane. Shit is mad flat out there. Like I said, I showed up for that show on Friday, and we ended up getting like invited in to go and like do virtually nothing for free. We went and moved a couple of tents for the tribute show. And then when the night was over, when that was done, we all just went back up to the parking lot and chilled all day. And Steve Trickle never asked us to like pay the $25 to go into the grounds to see Led Zeppelin, but also we didn't go into the grounds to see Led Zeppelin. Me and Willie Hayes and everybody that was involved in our affectionately called Camp Throwaway. We all just sat at the top of the hill and listened to the music. It was whatever. And then all of Saturday, all of Sunday, all of Monday, and all of Tuesday, I just parking lot partied my fucking face off. And then Max showed up like Tuesday night. In the middle of the night. With his crew.
I showed up completely alone. With nobody.
Yeah, with his crew, a.k.a. nobody. And it was a good time, man. We all just sat up, getting fucked up all night in the parking lot, and had a really good time. And I don't even remember anything that we really talked about until after we got into the grounds. And like, my gathering was so perfect, bro. The travel was great. Getting gas was easy. Crossing the border was easy. Getting into the grounds was easy. I didn't make any money, but I saved on spending so much money. Like when I showed up to the parking lot party, like I said, Willie Hayes was there, and he had a rented RV, and he was experiencing some issues with the RV. So the company comped him the fuel on his generator all weekend. And he was like, yeah, if all you got is a fan, you can fucking plug that shit in, no problem. So I didn't have to pay any money for gas for the generator on the weekend. That was fucking sweet. Saved me a lot of money. And then I made a trip up to Walmart in Hebron, and Willie was like, hey, can you pick us up some shit? I was like, yeah, we'll have a barbecue. He gave me enough money that I didn't even have to chip in any money to fucking buy barbecue. And then other people in the fucking, there's nothing really like party worthy in the parking lot, but these other guys, like a couple of trailers down before they started lining us up for the baller lot lineup, they made a fucking like a pork shoulder. And holy fuck, honestly, it was one of the best foods that I ate at the entire gathering, that first pork shoulder. It was the best. And then they lined us up, and then we went in. Met a lot of people in the parking lot. That was pretty sweet. And then we went in and set up. I'll let you guys talk a little bit about being inside or whatever you want, and then I'll carry on after.
Can you guys hear me?
Before we got in, okay, so it was actually a lot worse than Blake is putting on. Blake, it was a lot easier because his ticket wasn't even physical. This
Oh, I didn't even get to
asshole-
talk about the tickets
yeah,
yet.
this
Yeah.
guy got 2 fucking screenshotted tickets, and Scotty D fucking reluctantly accept. I mean, it was all on the up and up, but
let me explain it. So I met this man online who was looking for information about Legend Valley. So we hit it off. I said, let's meet up at the gathering. So we did. He's like this older guy. And we were just shooting the shit. And he's like, yo, I got this picture with these 2 GAs on it, and I want you to have it. And I'm like, fresh. So I took this scan of these pictures, took this picture of these tickets, and I went up to the ticket booth, and Scotty D was there. And I'm like, look, I got this picture of these tickets, but the physical tickets are not coming. You know, I'm not getting the physical tickets. Will you scan these? And like, long story short, he was just like, go back to the person who bought the tickets and get them to contact me for a transfer of ownership. And that went off super, super fucking easy. So initially, I was going to get the 2 tickets for free, which I did. But when Scotty made me transfer the ownership of the tickets over, I had to contact the original owner, and they wanted some money for that shit. And that was $150. So I paid $150 for 2 general admission tickets. I went and I cashed one for myself, and then I sold the other ticket to my homie for $150. So essentially, I got into the gathering for free, which is obviously the cheapest I've ever made that happen. And that was dope. And that was fucking awesome. Oh, and then I had to pay like $300 this year to keep my truck and my camper on the baller lot with my crew. And so I split that with Ross, and we each paid $150. And then later, my homie had to like bail on his campsite, so he ended up coming to stay with us. And I'm like, nobody stays for free, dog. You gotta fucking pay to play. So he gave me some cash. I hooked up Ross, and then he bought me a bunch of shit to make up for the money. And so in the end, arguably, I only ended up paying around $100 to get into the gathering and get my truck and camper on a baller lot. That shit cost me $100. Unprecedented. Fucking phenomenal savings. And I don't even remember even buying weed at the gathering. Once I got through the gate, forget it.
Well, I gave you 2 blunts.
Yeah, John Malenko hooked me up with blunts at the fucking Trash Wars. That shit was awful.
That's why I am not sick.
I don't think outside of I don't think there was any drama in the parking lot at all. And I think I'm trying to think of any sort of interesting story that came from the parking lot outside of a bunch of stories going around that it was really, really, really packed, and they kept denying people on separate days and at separate times. I guess while it was raining, they were denying people, and then they would let certain people in. Shit was just really fucky for the people who weren't. If you weren't there on Tuesday around the time we all got in, it seemed really fucky for everybody who was trying to get in beyond that time.
Yeah, I focused a lot on not paying attention to what was going on behind me, being second in line. So I want to say this. So I was second in line. I was there for fucking 5 days, and I went down to the Led Zeppelin thing and moved the tents around, and I'm scoping the spot that I want, that I was describing a few minutes ago. And so, everybody is of the same opinion. It's just like, go in there, get your spot. Don't fucking worry about nobody. It's easier to ask forgiveness than permission. So I was like the second one in. I pulled up right into the spot that I wanted. And then the homeboy's like, you got to move. And I'm like trying to not move. And it wasn't working out to my advantage. And I'm like really trying to beg with this guy to fucking, come on, man. Like, I've been here for a couple of days. And it fell on deaf ears. And then Steve Trickle rolled by on his one wheel. And he yelled at the guy that was working. He's like, you just make him listen. Don't fucking take no for an answer. And then from that moment, since Trickle was like adamant about it, I just got in my truck and fucking moved, which ultimately in the end was not bad. We got a pretty good spot. I
thought it was actually a really great
behind
spot.
us.
Yeah. It was
good. We were in the first row. Like, we were in the first row of ballers, and then a fire lane, and then the transition down the hill to the gravel. Like, it was literally a fucking 15-second walk to the main stage.
And even if you didn't want to hit main stage, that little hill that we had right there was a very good view of the stage.
Yeah, I wish that U-Haul truck wasn't parked next to the Crunch Works. I feel we would have been able to sit right there as well.
Yeah. Overall, good spot, good getting in. Yeah, they actually had it set. I mean, like the ballers lots were a lot bigger than they fucking seemed last year, considering we had like 2 or 3 of us that had ballers lots, and it seemed like a lot less. It seemed like the same amount of room that we had this year with only 1 ballers lot. Considering last year we had like 3 and we didn't have no room.
I feel like we had a solid like 35% of our campsite just not getting used at all.
Yeah, because I was thinking about that after we left. That like if I wanted to put a tent on our little ballers lot, dude, there was a whole fucking area that was just
we
not being used.
Everybody that didn't pay and just fucking balled out on the site without fucking ever leaving, they all could have fucking pitched a tent. You know what I mean? They all
there was like tons of room. And last year it must have been so disorganized that even with 3 ballers lots, it seemed like bullshit. Like we literally had, I feel, less room last year than we did this year. It's really fucked up. What happened last year?
Well, I think kind of what happened last year was we did have like a similar size lot, but from the road, there was such that steep curve, so nobody was really chilling on that spot. So it kind of shortened our length a little bit, like our width. And then it was the scientist camper and then his truck. And then we all kind of migrated under one 10 by 10. And then there was an additional 10 by 10 that we didn't really get under so much, you know? But yeah, the baller lots this year did feel a lot bigger than previous year. I agree.
I would also say that the ballers in general seemed a lot less popping than it usually does. Like there's always like baller shit going on all night here and there. Seemed a lot quieter this year than it usually does.
We were like tucked away in a corner almost.
I wouldn't even have found you if not for the banner.
I only got the Studio 17 banner up this year.
Yeah, it's not a point of
you guys okay?
It's a fucking racist.
All right, but so then we got into the gathering of the Juggalos, and on the first day, I don't think anybody did any of this shit. Actually, the gathering of the Juggalo podcasts live, I did end up going down there just like when it was wrapped up and like pretty much everybody was gone. And it wasn't until I got down there that I learned that Toxic Plague Entertainment didn't even show up to the gathering this year.
We can hear you, John.
John, we can hear you. We're just ignoring you.
We just need you for the shirt, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Show the shirt. It looks like he's casting a spell.
You guys know this man?
Look how the cops are just listening to him.
Remember last year when he kicked over those trash cans?
Yeah.
But that fucker feels a little stupid now. Anyway, moving on.
But yeah, from noon until 2 p.m., they did all this shit that you can see on your screen, and I didn't go to any of it. Except, like I said, I did go down to the Juggalo podcast. I rolled down there on the scooter, and I was just going to start like making a big deal about Studio 17 not getting invited, but everybody was already gone. So I skipped all of that. I didn't get a chance to make it to the Reno Riders pregame rager. I skipped the Ariel Juggalo family photo.
You're going too far.
Okay, where you at?
Blake did mention before we made fun of John Malenko a little bit that TPE did not make it to the gathering.
Yeah.
I wonder what happened there because, you know, they are the new Juggalo leaders in this YouTube game and they're all about the positivity.
Midian is in the chat. He says, I got to roll out, but I just want to say bravo, Mac.
Not sure what that means.
Midian, I think he's just bravoing you on your ability to describe your experience at the gathering of the Juggalo. You're doing great. Keep it up.
Appreciate you. But yeah, TPE didn't make it. I don't understand what happened. There's I don't want to talk a lot about TP, but I seen them. They said something really fucking stupid. Okay, this
That's
is my side thing. The fat one put out this little like video talking about how Babytron got booed off stage and thrown at. Babytron was at the gathering. He was set to perform, and I guess he's a fag, and he got fucking booed off stage or whatever. So I seen the TPE guy mention that situation and how we shouldn't be throwing stuff at him, and it's not right of us juggalos to be acting like that, and that's why nobody likes us, and that's why the mainstream could never be like accept us and whatever. Well, TPE is fucking stupid, and thank you for anybody who threw stuff at Babytron, your typical fucking trap rapping mainstream piece of shit. We don't need that at the gathering if they're not down.
I don't know shit about.
I agree with throwing shit at artists who.
I don't know too much about what I'm about to say because I don't know Babytron and I don't fucking pay attention to Double XL. But somebody was saying that like Babytron is going to be like one of the next underground boys.
Thanks for remembering that. He said some like, man, we're fucking juggalos. This kid says some shit like, hey man, Babytron's going to be on the cover of XXL. What are you guys doing? Like, what point have we gotten to where we give a flying fuck if some dude's on the cover of XXL in this fucking community? Get the fuck out of here.
We're not supposed to give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah, I honestly never even heard of Babytron. But, we're getting far ahead about the Babytron performance. Maybe we can smash through these a little quicker because we didn't do all the stuff. John, did you get to do any of this shit?
Not that early.
Yeah, none of it. So we skipped everything from noon until 2 p.m., except I saw a little bit of the Juggalo podcast stuff. It was over and everybody was packing up. Like I went right at the very end. And then I didn't go to the movie tent at all, but for one thing, and it was to get a poster. But I didn't partake in any events that happened at the Mad Movies tent at all.
Jesus.
And then, so I also skipped the Ariel Juggalo family photo. And this is where I'm at now before you wanted to talk about Babytron. I refused to go to the tent all weekend because it's just going to be hot as fuck under the tent. It fucking sucked. So even though I wanted to go to the Queen of Cheeks contest, I ended up not going. And I heard that event only ended up lasting approximately 20 minutes.
It's a hot ass contest in a hot tent. No, sir.
Yeah, the tents are garbage, bro. Honestly, just fucking seriously set up another stage. I'd rather die in the sun because at least it's open air than to be in that fucking sweltering tent. So I skipped Queen of Cheeks. I didn't go to the memorial cookout. I didn't go to anything at the Shadowland tent, except for I did go to the Iron Gullet competition. That was kind of fun to watch.
The Iron Gullet, I was only there for a little bit, but it was interesting. They were eating like a half-developed baby egg when I showed up. Like not a baby, like a human baby, but
balut egg, yeah.
And then I stayed up all night.
Not a human baby egg.
I stayed up all night doing drugs with friends, and like even though we were only 15 seconds away from the Shadowland tent, I'm just like, bro, I'm not going down to the sharpshooting thing at all. It was like fucking 2:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm just sitting in the camper getting wrecked, and they're like, "You want to go down to sharpshooter?" I'm like, "Fuck no!" But I did want to go. And I'm bummed out that I missed the Juggalo Saloon and Sharpshooting Gallery.
We're getting old. I was in bed by like 1:30 each night too. The heat just sapped every bit of energy out of me.
We didn't get free tattoos, but I did ride by the lineup, and it was pretty long, so I'm glad I didn't get that. Okay, so that's all those things that we skipped. Oh, also I skipped the Mr. Juggalo pageant. Also, I skipped all the karaoke and these first 3 artists that performed on the Nightmare stage. It is Nightmare? Yeah, I skipped the first 3 artists that were on the Nightmare stage, but now we can start telling some fucking stories about the gathering of the Juggalos. So, nobody knows this because I did not make it public before I left for the gathering, but if y'all have been watching the videos out here, at the beginning of July, Mac and I were doing like day 1 gathering Juggalo timeline review, see what's popping off. and we were looking at all the music videos and everything that like artists were having embedded on the Juggalo Gathering website. Excuse me. And so we watched Politicized, and if you go back and watch that little blurb that we did, not even like 2 or 3 minutes on him, we pulled up this Politicized video. We started watching it. Mac basically was like, hey, he's not the white guy. And I'm like, oh, all right. So we jumped ahead in the timeline a little bit, and we're listening to Politicized rap. And Mac says, oh, he kind of looks like, and then I interject and I go, Aziz Ansari? And Mac goes, yeah. And then I reply, that's racist. And it was exactly like that. And then we just moved on. I'm like, oh, my man's got like dark circles under his eyes, like he's not sleeping. And then at the end of the review of his music, I'm just like, well, looks like it's another fucking Juggalo performance that you can fucking easily fucking skip. You know what I'm saying? With only having listened to 30 seconds of this one song, you can skip this entire set. So that was that. The first week of July that happened on like a Monday or whatever. Now, like 3 weeks later, or AKA like a week or so, like just a couple days really, right, Mac? Before we were getting ready to leave, fucking Politicize hits me up in the DMs on my Not Slim One Facebook account. And basically, I'm paraphrasing. I'm not going to bring up the messages, but essentially he just was like, hey, fuck you. You want to call me Aziz Ansari? We're going to fight at the gathering. So make sure that you bring some boxing gloves, because when I see you, we're going to fight at the fucking gathering of the Juggalos. So
Let me interject real fast. You're long-winded and some people lose their shit real fast. So basically at this point we said Politicized looks like Aziz Ansari.
Yeah.
He thought that was really fucked up and racist. So he hit up Blake and said, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, yeah. And then he also, Max, said to me, who's your co-host?
Yeah. And then, of course,
I had to reach out to you instead of naming you. And then you messaged Politicize.
Yeah. So I messaged Politicize to talk to him and really see if he was mad about being called Aziz Ansari, because I don't, he's funny. He's a funny guy. I mean, he's not the most good-looking man or anything, but he's funny, and I didn't mean it as a racist insult. I meant it as if that's how you look,
an observation.
So anyway, I hit him up, and I tried to de-escalate the situation, and he was really upset. And I hope you're watching this so we could do this whole thing for a year, and then next year squash it immediately.
Oh my god, dude! Dude.
But this guy hits me up, and he's pretty upset, and he's talking about like, oh, we should bring boxing gloves, which is fucking stupid.
Me and Mac were joking around behind the scenes. We were like, we should bring Rock'em Sock'em. The fucking inflatable ones
to
that
show
you put
up
on
at a
your
set.
fucking hands. Sock'em boppers.
But I told him to like relax. It wasn't racist or anything, and we came to an understanding. But he did say something I thought was really funny, and he said, if there was a black juggalo out there or a Chinese juggalo out there, would I call the black one Bill Cosby or the Chinese one Jackie Chan? And I mean,
I forgot about that.
It's absolutely ridiculous to think that I wouldn't.
Did he compare the Asian juggalo to
course
Jackie
I am.
Chan also?
What?
What didn't he say also something about Asian juggalos and then like saying Jackie Chan?
Yeah, he said if I seen an Asian juggalo, would I call him Jackie Chan?
There's Black Inuyasha.
And it depends. If you look like Jackie Chan, I may make that comparison. I like Jackie Chan as well. Jackie Chan is
total compliment, right?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah, okay, so anyway, so Politicize is about to go on this stage, and I'm like, I gotta go down there because this motherfucker like called me out, right? So I brought my dad's. If any of you watched the Astronomicon footage from 2020, when I took my dad's mobility scooter to Astro, I took the same mobility scooter to the gathering this year. So check it out. Me on my little fucking scooter, along with Ross and Gruffmane and Big Will and their homie Steve, who's like a 6 foot tall black guy. Everybody else in the crew was white. We all fucking rolled down to Politicize. But from the stage back, like maybe 30 feet, it was all direct sunlight. So everybody that was watching the Politicize show like they were back like 40 feet in the shade. So me and the crew roll up. We're in the fucking sun, just baking, watching this shit. And then Politicized is performing this song about jealousy. And when the song is over, I fucking yell out, "Politicize!" And he like looks at me, like he looks out in the crowd and he like brightens up because somebody's yelling his name, right? But like 1 second after I yelled "Politicize," I yell "Studio 17!" And he got so flushed. I've never seen a brown man look so white in my life. And he's like, "Let me tell y'all something about jealousy." And then his next song started. So like he couldn't diss me on the jealousy track because he had to start rapping this next track, which was about like fighting haters, you know, haters are gonna fuck haters, basically was the song. And then like 3/4 of the way through that song, he stumbled up on his lyrics, and I can't help but totally believe that I had Politicized shook while he was performing on the stage, and that felt amazing. And then, and in conclusion, when he finished that song about like fuck the haters, I can't remember verbatim what he said, but he definitely was like, "Even if you roll out here 5 deep with your boys, you're still a coward, blah blah blah, fuck the haters." But he never said my name, he never said Studio 17. And then that's it. I lasted 2 songs, got a reaction out of him, and then I scooted the fuck out of there, and that was the best. And then we were going to try to go do some similar shit with Michael Lawless, but it was just, I never got the time when he was going to perform, and I didn't feel like fucking hanging out waiting for it to start. So I didn't get to see Michael Lawless at the gathering, but I did call out Politicize, and Will was there, and Gruffmane was there, and it was the shit. It was the fucking shit. Okay, and that was Politicized. And then we did not see the Mr. Juggalo pageant. I did not go to any of the other acts at Nightmare stage, so we can push into the main stage now. I saw the Iron Gullet competition, but I didn't go to Loose Leaf open mic or the Echo Side tournament or the art battle. Fuck, I don't even think I went down to the main stage on night 1 because I'm looking here and I see...
Yeah.
I know that you were interested in seeing Super Famous Fun Time, guys. And I have these memories of us like not being down there for that.
Oh, no. I did go down for Super Famous Fun Time, guys. I was supposed to be with Steel City. I wanted that to be like a moment. It wasn't Steel City. It was off with his yins doing what the fuck ever. Super Famous Fun Time, guys. Put it on at the gathering. It was a really good show. Hopefully they come back.
Yeah, and also the Hatchet Man Project performed at the gathering right before Super Famous Fun Time, guys. And again, like I remember reviewing it on the show, and I'm like, well, it's not ICP, so I don't really give that big of a fuck about it. And they're just kind of screaming ICP stuff. But I will say, even though I didn't go down to the stage at all, the music that I heard coming from the main stage for the Hatchet Man Project was not the worst thing that I heard all weekend. But it wasn't the best either.
We're forgetting that. Oh, well, pretty obvious who that is. The first night, fucking right after In Dying Arms, a big fucking storm hit the gathering, and that is the first night that the big storm. It got cold as fuck.
We got the rain on night 1.
Yeah, because I remember we thought that LSP might not even go on. People were thinking that.
Oh yeah, that's right. They said Mankini came out and he's like, "We're gonna shut the show down for a half an hour until the storm passes."
Yeah, so that shit hit super hard. Almost lifted the tent completely. If we weren't all there to grab those tent fucking bottoms, that tent was gone.
We had 2 10x10 tents set up on the baller lot, and all of us were taking refuge from the rain, and all of a sudden the wind picked up and started fucking blowing them, and we all jumped and grabbed these posts. If hadn't we, those 10x10s would have fucking blown down to the main stage.
Man. The storm, it was raining.
Then we're all outside in this rainstorm holding these metal fucking cages.
Yeah. We didn't think about it. We were just trying to.
It hit so quick. We just walked back slow back to camp. By the time we got back there, our tent had folded in, and we almost lost our shit tent. But that was about it, man. It tore
people's shits up, and that is Actually, I don't want to say that's why the helicopter didn't happen because I don't think that helicopter was ever fucking there.
And I don't think it
But
was.
the weather did ruin the electric. Actually, we're not there yet. Go ahead.
John Malenko, do you got anything to say about this main stage shit?
I did show up for Hatchet Man Project. I didn't expect much, but I got more than I expected out of them. A couple of their songs were kind of catchy, and I was definitely hollering at them. The Super Famous Fun Time guys tore it the fuck up, dude. Absolutely tore it up. I was really impressed. Free Will, they sound just like any of those other dudes they're associated with on whatever label that is.
Yeah, I'm not like I've always been a clown boy, and that's where I put my priority and interest. But after listening to the Super Famous Fun Time guys live stage set, they would be worth probably checking out some of their music. They sound like they got a lot of comedy with their shit, which I enjoy.
I believe they're related to Axe in some way down the line too. Yeah.
As for Free Will, I would just.
I remember Free Will got introduced by Mankini, and Big Will was on our campsite, and I just kept screaming, "Big Will!"
Hilarious. I know the Juggalo world really likes Free Will. I see them like coming up.
Literally never heard of them.
Well, you see, last year they got a lot of love, and I assume that love transferred over to this year because they played main stage. These guys played main stage 2 fucking years in a row, and nobody really knows who the fuck they are. So I assume
too old. After a while, I'll start sounding like the screamo bands that you're about to talk about.
Yeah, I'm just mentioning it because I think they suck. All right, moving on.
Yeah, and then LSP came out and did what they had to do shortly after that storm passed.
I did watch the Blind Man battle.
The Blind Man Battlegrounds. Now, okay, guess what? There's a lot of shit that is fuck you at the gathering at the last couple gatherings, and I'm just gonna go off on that real quick right now. 1, fuck you, JCW ring on the fucking stage, so that some juggalos get to stand on the stage and crowd around the ring, and then everybody else just standing in the fucking gravel at main stage and can't see jack shit. Put the fucking ring back on the ground.
First 10 rows.
Also, like I said earlier, fuck seminar tents. Just put a fucking stage out there so that, like, here's the problem with the seminar tent. You want to go, they moved the Miss Juggalette pageant and all, like, if you want to see titties and stuff on a stage, they pretty much moved all that shit under the fucking tent. And the problem with the tent is not necessarily the heat, but the fact that I am really loud. The fact that they fucking they put all the hay bales down in the tent for juggalos to sit on. So when you go to these really like more popular events that aren't sit down events, juggalos are standing on the hay bales. So now they got an extra 1.5 feet on you, and you just literally can't see shit. So fuck the tents. Bring back a stage. Fuck a seminar tent. That shit sucks. Give the fucking presenter a fucking umbrella and a fan.
I don't assume anybody at Psychopathic watches this channel because this channel is just a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
But I don't know anybody. I don't understand why you wouldn't maybe take a fucking poll or anything. There's nobody who would agree with anything that has to do under a tent. There's nothing that should be under a tent, to be honest. And I couldn't see how and that tent was kind of like weird. It was like a fucking circus tent type shit. That shit was like really tall on the inside. I assume it costs a lot of fucking money, and it can't cost more money than one of those rickety ass stages that we used to have back in the day.
Honestly, just fucking stand on the fucking ground. Who cares about a stage? I'm sick of that fucking tent shit. I don't mind the garbage wars, even though I got fucking hit with a lime and a squid and, you know, all sorts of fucking terrible shit this year. There's so much raw food this year. I saw so much raw squid and raw bacon getting fucking thrown around. And there was this motherfucker in like a red thong, like right in front of me. And he was just like touching all the raw food. And then he would like pull out a cigarette and light it and be like smoking off and just like touching his mouth with his disgusting fucking hand. I didn't like it. But yeah, so because of the main stage ring being, because the stage is on, excuse me, sorry about that. Because the JCW ring is located on the main stage, I decided not to go down for the Ugly Juggalos Present the Blind Man Battlegrounds. However, I heard that it was like literal blind people. But
Yes,
then what, was
so-
it just
Hold
blindfolded
on, I was
people?
down there. I was down there for like 15 minutes.
A ninja there because I talked to him.
And when I walked up, I actually had no idea what was going on, and I thought it was two men who genuinely were the worst fighters I've ever seen in my life, and I was really confused. And then somebody mentioned that it was two blind men, so then it did make it funnier. I hope they bring that shit back because like blind people like fighting. I mean, I get it. It's 2022, but that shit's funny. That's funny.
Hey,
Yo, go ahead.
Wolfpack or one of them used to do the blind man's boxing. They used to put him blindfolds and duct tape the gloves to him, put him on roller skates, and I think they had to shoot hot sauce and tequila or something, and then box. They used to do that shit. It was pretty fucking entertaining.
I saw a ring set up near the Scrubs camp, which you know is like we
Yeah.
walked down that one road where Steel City was camped with the Funkians. They had
Yes.
Scrubs on that road, aka the same road where the Scrubs, I would assume it was Scrubs, put down that huge white tarp and they made the whole road slip and slide.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, man.
That was pretty. I didn't slide on it, but it was pretty cool.
I
Hey,
did.
let me holler about
walked on it.
real quick. I really wanted to go see HB the Grizzly. I saw her on a Patreon, maybe something else, another special they did, and she tore it the fuck up, dude. And I really wanted to go see her, and I missed her because when that rain came down,
HB the Grizzly?
yeah, after I got back up on my camp, I wasn't coming back out. I heard she tore it the fuck up by a few people. Even
Well, I can also comment on that. I was at that show, and
Even-
it was really cool. Yeah.
Even that piece of shit Chuck agrees. HB tore it the fuck up, dude. She's got a lot of goddamn talent, and I have a lot of room here at my house if she's watching and wants to come here, maybe do a couple dishes and make a sandwich.
Better calm down, John. You have
Hook me up.
enough.
Yeah, you got enough, John.
There's literally men like you got, dude, and you got like.
You ever heard of
shit.
incels, John?
No.
You're killing them.
Okay, Chuck, shut the fuck up. Stop.
Nobody needs your fucking
Fucking
success.
All right, so apparently HB the Grizzly put it way the fuck down, but I did not make it out to the Burger Blacklight party. Here's my thing about the parties, bro. Why am I going to this party to just sit the fuck around and listen to this loud ass music? And like, what am I gonna dance with my homies? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just fucking skipped the majority of the parties. But yeah, I mean, then like also I didn't do anything that was on the Nightmare stage for the first night. I didn't go to Big Money Hustlers Extravaganza. And like I said, I didn't go down to Shadowland. So what the fuck did I even do on the first day? I went to Politicize.
Yeah,
That's it.
politicized.
That's
Oh,
it.
no, you were at that Iron Gullet too.
Oh yeah, and I went to Iron Gullet. That's right.
I didn't do much either.
All right. So is there anything else that y'all want to say about the first day then before we move on?
No.
I had a really okay. I guess I could. Yeah, I got one. I really hadn't slept the first day at all. I was on like no sleep, and I really wasn't. I was just in an angry no sleep mode, you know.
Why weren't you sleeping?
Because I don't know. I literally couldn't fall asleep, man. I wasn't on no fucking. It's gonna happen, Spooky, man. Just fucking keep your truck on.
I know,
There
right?
was no like I wasn't on anything, but I couldn't fall asleep. Every time I tried to fall asleep, my brain just would not shut the
Let's
fuck
get
up.
American Blake's back. We'll move American Blake.
And there was a point where we were sitting at the camp, and I heard some people outside of the camp comment on our banner and say, "Oh, Studio 17. Those are the guys who beefed with TPE."
Oh my God. Can I tell this story?
What do you, sure.
Okay, so Mac is basically having a bad time on day one of the gathering. His camping situation is transitioning into something that he doesn't even understand. So he's like hanging out at my campsite, and these fucking kids, like my baller lot neighbors' children, presumably, they were like squirting squirt guns at each other in the dark, like right in front of our campsite. and I got the Studio 17 banner up, and these two little like 15-year-old kids are like, oh, Studio 17, those are the guys that got beef with TPE. And so like my man Mac here, who's not 15, just gets pissed. He gets pissed. And he like walks up to these kids, and like we were under the 10 by 10 tent. So Mac didn't walk but 10 feet away from me. And he starts confronting these children, and I have no idea what the fuck he's saying. And then all of a sudden I hear Mac go, look, I'm not going to hit you. Okay. And then the kid goes, why would you even say that? And I thought to myself, oh, fuck, my whole weekend is going to be fucked now because this guy's threatening these kids who live next fucking door to me.
I shouldn't have let you tell that story. I didn't know that they were little kids. I just heard two people say that shit. And I was ready to go. I was fucking
in the right
just
mood,
like no sleep, just got into the gathering, just not feeling it. And then I approached them, and they looked rather young. So I asked them how old they were, and they said, we're 15. And I was like, I felt fucking horrible. I felt like an idiot. I felt like a grown man who had just I felt like a grown man who just like scared two little kids, and I felt really, really bad about it. So of course I apologized and really hoped that their dads wouldn't like beat my ass during the gathering, and nothing happened.
Nothing happened, yeah. Okay, so let me get this shit set up, and then we'll show the next one. Let's talk about day 2.
Shout out to those little kids, man. You guys are cool. I'm just a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, that's accurate. Okay, on day 2, they didn't have anything on the main stage until main stage time. This is Babytron night, it looks like. And, okay, so again, like based on what I said earlier, I did not go to the tent at all for any fucking reason. And I skipped everything that you see on the screen in blue. From the Vampiro seminar, to the Bigfoot seminar, to the wet t-shirt contest, to the stunt show. I just said, fuck it. Fuck it. And then I did not go down to the fucking second stage at all for any of these artists either. And I didn't go and see any wrestling. So I literally don't even know what I did on day 2 from noon to 6. You got any ideas?
I saw fans
Oh fuck!
out at the Nightmare stage, and I have to say, FAMs and the Hooligans are like related, like by crew somehow, and they always put on an amazing show. They always bust their ass to show up for everybody. Really, really good family. And I love that Nightmare stage. I got to say, it reminds me of Oklahoma stage with the trees all around it and the grass and shit. I really like that Nightmare stage.
Right.
Shit down there.
Yeah, the Nightmare stage could stay where it's at. That's not bad at all.
I want to touch on this real quick. For the first time ever this year at the gathering, they had 2 separate baller lot areas. And one of them would be the main grassy area that you would be familiar with if you're familiar. And then the other spot was like a big gravel area that like essentially, like, could you agree that the second baller lot area almost cut off Nightmare stage?
Yeah, I was just RV parking instead of baller sites. That's the
No, that was ballers.
That was extra ballers. It was marked on the map.
Yeah. I don't think it cut it off. I mean, there was still like, I think that stage is in a really great spot with plenty of room.
Gruffmane, do you want to come on the show and talk about the gathering since you were there? I'll send you the link privately. I'll send it to you on Discord if you want to join.
Look, and I just want to make because I love you, Spooky. Obviously, Chuck is gonna join this panel, and you guys could get your little rocks off. But right now, it's a gathering thing.
Yeah.
Big Will says 801 had a baller lot over there. Is that where they had the keg, Big Will? The only day that you weren't at my campsite was the day that you went to the other campsite that had a keg?
Spooky.
Yeah, Big Will said he found a keg. I mean,
the guy came to the campsite and said, yo, we got this keg. Like,
that's pretty sick, dude.
I just got to say, I'm really upset with the way y'all treated Big Will. Y'all just left
What?
him. You didn't roll him over in the sun. His water bowl was empty half the time. And I'm just saying.
We still let him hang out with us though.
Big Will, real shit, man. You're an adult. You gotta need to come more prepared to the fucking gathering. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Big Will. You'd die if it wasn't for fucking handouts.
Yeah, that's
I'm-
not good.
All right. So you said, what did you say, John? You went to what? Fams and the Hooligans?
The Hooligans, yeah. It was a great show, dude. Great show.
And that's the only thing that you attended here?
Only thing I did at that time, sir. And then I went.
Hit up any of these?
No.
A lot of juggalos should have went to go see Idiocracy. That's a damn good goddamn movie.
All right. So then at 6 o'clock, they start. And once again, I never went to the movie tent for any movies. Like, I'm going to skip all the movie shit. But
Well, I could interrupt with that as well. I did go to the movie tent.
what was playing?
It was supposed to be Colors, but Manny said that they had downloaded it in Spanish, so they had to change it to Bill and Ted. And I clowned the shit out of the thought of going to the gathering and sitting in a fucking movie tent and watching a movie. But I do recommend it to juggalos who can't fuck. If you don't have a place to sleep, I went in that tent. It is air conditioned. It's fucking got a nice movie playing. The seats are comfortable. That shit is really fucking nice. And
I only went through there and it was completely packed with juggalos doing tournaments. And I just went there for one. I'll show it actually.
From the pictures I saw, Big Money Hustlers was one giant COVID bucket.
Everybody said that it was a really good show, though. Yo, I ended up scoring a fucking Gathering of Dreams 11x17. Stopped at the Walmart and scooped up that frame on the way home.
Okay.
Fucking booyakasha, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
It's okay. Let him celebrate. Maybe he'll.
Fuck up. Did you get a fucking Gathering of the Juggalos 2022 11x17 poster? No, you didn't.
I got the carnival poster before they all got up.
All right, so I remember hearing the Roadside Ghost sound test, but I don't remember hearing the Roadside Ghost performance. And then skipped Hex. Isn't that a guy that's like rapping with Ouija Macc or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Hex like a guy that is signed to Chapter 17 or whatever?
And people say it isn't going to sound like Ouija and it's bullshit, dude. It sounded like Ouija, but with a deeper voice. And that was it.
That's Hex?
Same, yes, sir. Same bullshit. I was really upset because I was expecting it to be different. And it was just Ouija, dude. Again.
After Hex, it was Babytron, which I don't know and didn't give a fuck about. We discussed it a little earlier, how he come out there, not even, I didn't see it or hear it. I heard people report that he come out there, not even rapping into the microphone, just fucking just letting the vocals play on the CD. And then he got hit with some shit and he fucking bounced and he wasn't out on the stage for 5 minutes.
I didn't even see him get hit. It felt like 3 minutes to me. I saw one water go towards the stage and I saw him walk off. Would he bring like 30, 50 people with him? That didn't work out for Homeboy back in the day. Who was it? Brought his whole goddamn crew out there, ran him off. He's going to hit his ass with a truck.
Okay, and then what I was excited to see at the gathering this year was Mike Clark opening up for Sir Mix-a-Lot.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yes, sir.
Lawnmower, I am Sam. I don't even get it. What does that mean? Because I assume the other guys are Slob Zombie's kind of funny. That's not even like a bad nickname. That's like a pretty tight nickname.
Okay,
what the fuck does Lawnmower, I am Sam mean?
Which
the show looks like it's hosted by the Big Skidowski. Lawnmower, I am Sam, and Slob Zombie. Which one am I?
Like that. I want to be Slob Zombie.
Okay.
Big Skidowski. Because you look like...
I'll be the Big Skidowski, I guess.
You have dirty underwear. I don't know who I am Sam.
Looks like your Lawnmower, I am Sam, Mac.
I'm Zombie. I'll take
it. I don't even get it. Because I am Sam is that movie with Sean Penn?
Yeah, and he goes full retard.
He does
I'll take in Lawnmower Man. But
hey,
yeah, so anyway, hey, yo.
You go full retard at this gathering, bro.
I'm...
Hey.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Anyway, so then finally I was excited to go see Mike Clark, but I wasn't excited to go down into the crowd. So, like, since we were like right the first row of ballers, there was just this little area where you could go and sit up on a fucking lawn chair and have a great unobstructed view from far away of the main stage, like right where the gravel ends and the grass starts. And that was cool because, you know, I'm not going to go down into a fucking crowd of juggalos to dance to Mike Clark songs. But I loved the Mike Clark set. He played a lot of like interesting ICP music. It was like remixed or like just like run through a different filter to make it sound different than what you're used to hearing it. And also he played like songs that had ICP lyrics that I hadn't heard in a really long time.
It was absolute dope. I think most of those songs he had part in writing in the first place. And
Right.
Remix some up. Yeah, some of them were really dope, dude. I like them. It sucked that he had a lot of issues at the end because apparently it got fucked up by Fago on
Yeah.
I never actually have heard Mikey Clark talk really, so it was nice to hear him up there talking. And then at the end, and at the end of his set, he rapped and did his own song. That shit was really fucking cool.
Oh yeah, dude. A lot of people,
he got he said that he was doing the ICP show on. Hey, did we miss a whole day?
Bro, you skipped a fucking day.
I skipped the whole day. That's okay. We can go back. I was wondering because I was like, wait, this doesn't make sense in my mind. What is going on? That's okay. We'll just finish this day and then go back a day. It don't fucking matter.
Clark is the fourth member of ICP. A lot of people do not know that, and he is a Don. I don't know if he's still got his shit, though, but Mikey Clark deserves a lot of fucking respect for the Joker cards and what he's done.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, Mike Clark was having problems with his mixer board because the night before at the ICP Jukebox show, Juggalos were going crazy and they ruined the board with Fago. Mike Clark had to start his fucking set a couple of times over at one point.
It's okay.
And then he came down and rapped. And he opened for Sir Mix-a-Lot, and Sir Mix-a-Lot was obviously a good time. And he had these like two, I don't know if it was Sir Mix-a-Lot or Slick Rick with the backup singers that were getting hit with the shit.
That's Slick Rick, so we don't
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then Ouija Macc did a set, and it wasn't as intense as it was like maybe in 2021, but people were like trying to show him Juggalo love for bringing out a bunch of motherfuckers dressed in blue
down, man. Slow down.
With crosses on their faces and shit.
Jesus. So Sir Mix-a-Lot did his set.
Go ahead.
Sir Mix-a-Lot did his set. I believe that was his first time playing the Gathering. I don't know. But he had a lot. He included Juggalo shit into a lot of his set and really integrated the Gathering and the whole experience into everything he was doing. I think that guy like really fucking put on for the Juggalos, and it's definitely going to be back.
Yeah. And he said too at the end, he's like, "I'll be back if y'all let me back."
Who?
Yeah, I think he genuinely liked being there, and that whole experience was.
But what do you think about the concept of Sir Mix-a-Lot 2 years in a row? I don't know.
We did Free Will 2 years in a row. What's the?
What I understand.
I guess you're right.
He costs a good grip from what I understand. I don't think we're going to get him 2 years in a row.
Right.
He can't be that expensive, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, he does still pull a hell of a grip. So I don't know. I heard that Steel Panther costs a good bit too, but you know that's just juggler rumor.
And then the Ouija Macc set, yeah. If you went to the Gathering last year and seen Ouija, I feel like that was his probably the pinnacle right now of his Gathering performances was last year when he came out in the fucking Tesla, and the background was like the fucking ghetto, and that shit was just really fucking dope. He had like the demons come out and shit. This year,
he put it on last year for sure.
Yeah, this year was just a backdrop of his new album. It wasn't as good, but Ouija does put on for the Gathering really fucking all of his stage shows bump. Like that's really good.
I'm not the biggest Ouija fan for sure, but definitely those stage shows, even if you don't like Ouija Macc, the show's worth checking out. And some people, like I was saying before, I got ahead of myself earlier. Some people saw that Ouija Macc brought out like a bunch of cloaked motherfuckers with some blue crosses on their face, reminiscent of Dark Lotus.
I didn't even notice that.
I don't like that. Leave the old shit alone. He's doing his own thing. Chapter 17's his thing. Leave the old shit alone. Leave Riders alone. Leave Lotus alone. That shit's now sacred. Just leave the fuck alone, dude. Do your own shit, whatever the fuck
Well,
it is for the kids.
I don't know if you listened to his new album.
Oh yeah, and my Ford Bronco says Posse on Broadway. So
Posse
Mix
on
Lot
Broadway.
definitely performed Posse on Broadway.
Yeah.
Obviously.
He did.
But his new album, I would Ouija Macc gets a lot of. I give him a lot of credit because I guess he's a real fucking juggalo, man. And if you see like this new album that he put out and listen to it, it's got so many odes to fucking ICP and the old shit.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody he's doing it right. He's doing it right. So
But that Stale Wind is his new album.
yeah.
Ouija,
I've listened to that shit through a couple times, man.
Did anybody not see the fuck off shirt, the Ouija Macc fuck off shirt? I bought one for Mima.
Yeah, I saw it.
I bought her a white one with the pink.
See, Ouija's music's not for me. I'll be the first one to tell you that. I don't hate on him whatsoever. He's the hardest working motherfucker I've ever seen in Psychopathic. He really draws the crowd. You could almost say they're a cult. That boy really knows what the fuck he's doing. Him jumping in Shaggy's arms, hugging him was the most adorable thing I ever.
Yeah, dude. Big
yeah,
moment.
Shaggy came out for Ouija's set. Yeah, I forgot about that.
And Jay, from what I've seen the pictures, I left early. It's not for me.
Jay came out on the stage during Ouija's set.
I think they both came out, didn't they?
I didn't see that. I only saw Shaggy.
Okay, I only saw pictures, so don't go by what I'm telling you. I left early to get ready for something else because
Photoshop, bro.
No. But all love to Ouija, man, and all his hustle. His flow to me, I can't get with it. I do not feel it at all.
Right. Well, I was thinking about it, and I was thinking that the first time that I remember Ouija Macc taking a stage under Psychopathic was at the March. That was his first performance. So he must have been getting hyped up a little bit before then, but like
the Cypher was fire.
And I was just realizing that that was in 2017. Ouija Macc's been around now for 5 years.
Yeah. He's got one hell of a following. All I saw was Chapter 17 shirts.
Oh, I saw so much Chapter 17 shit.
Ford Bronco, that's legit as fuck, man. He does things for juggalos and only juggalos. Really dedicates all of his shit to being a fucking juggalo who's really happy to be on Psychopathic, I guess.
Right. Yeah, sure.
All right, yo. So
he's you know what, like, and this isn't even coming from like a place of fucking like the fuck Twisted train. He is definitely more of a juggalo than Twisted is, and probably ever was, because they never fucking. I don't think they went out and lived their lives daily as juggalos. They fucking did that shit in the paint, and then once they took off that paint, they just were Jamie and Paul going to fucking Walmart. Ouija goes around as a juggalo, is a juggalo, and yeah, you get it. You guys get it.
You just had to add we hate Twisted in there, didn't you?
All right, and then I remember me and Mac, we were walking down by the main stage for some JCW shit, but again, like they put the fucking ring on the stage and you couldn't see shit, so I just fucking left. But I did want to see the Electrified Fury cage match, but honestly,
I don't believe that happened.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, did you even hear anything about it or anything like that?
I don't do
nothing. No. You could either blame the weather because electricity and rain,
maybe.
There was no fucking like cage at all within sight. So you figure you might have seen a stage, maybe. A cage fucking hanging there. I could be wrong though.
I don't do JCW, dude. Like the Juggalettes who go to JCW and drink beer with their boyfriends scare the living shit out of me for some reason. They're just I don't know, man. Them Juggalettes scare the shit out of me when they're drunk. I don't go JCW.
Fat Jesus, man. Like, oh my God. Play.
Why are you guys deleting Fat Jesus? Like Fat.
Fuck that guy, man. He's a fucking idiot. That's why.
Okay,
so after
they'll all be gone.
So there was no cage for sure. Like I never seen any pictures. I never heard anybody talk about it. But I did hear JCW loud as fuck. Like it was live, whatever was going on down there.
So it really kind of sucked this year for the scheduling because like I like JCW and I like Isham, so you basically had to choose up where the fuck you were going, and I went to Isham.
Yeah, they fucked up the scheduling. They scheduled ICP seminar at the same time as VIPs and shit, and that's why we're sitting there for 2 fucking hours.
Oh,
Well, okay, let's finish off this night because I didn't do none of this shit. I went down to the Violent J dance party. The main stage part was fucking like stacked with people dancing and having a good time, but then the rest of it was just a cold, smelly tent. Well, it wasn't cold. It was never cold at the gathering, but it was not worth fucking hanging out.
I did want to see Dana Dentata and all, but I heard she was butt.
I went down and I watched a little bit of Isham, but I was like really like, 1 a.m. I had like, this is day 3. We skipped day 2. We're going to go back into second here, but like I was tired as fuck. And I went down to Isham with Mac and like the fucking lights were just so bright and intense on the Nightmare stage at night that I'm just like,
yeah, they really fucking were.
I don't even care about Isham enough to be blinded. I really kind of bitched out on a lot of shit at the gathering this year.
We're getting
But
old.
I still had a really great time overall. But like I didn't do any of this shit.
Yeah, we're getting old, man.
No, the rest of that shit you could basically, yeah.
All right, let's go back to day 2 real quick. Yeah, I can't believe we skipped the day.
I don't know how the hell that happened.
I'm in charge, That's what happened. Excuse me, but I skipped the JCW tryouts. I skipped the auction. My boy went down and participated in the auction, and he paid some money and he won some shit, and then he sold one thing for what he paid for the raffle and then still had shit left over to keep. So that's always a good score. I skipped the Morton Revealed seminar, but I heard it was just like a jack-off thing. I don't know if that was a meme or if that was the real thing.
So apparently it was their friend, and every time he rolled the dice, he did this, but he was also a habitual masturbator.
Okay, but did you read that or did you hear it?
I read it. Numerous people that said it in different chats.
Did you see the jersey that they gave away with his picture on it?
No, but I heard that they
It
had like hit a
fucking dope.
golden ticket in something and people were like running
Somebody
around.
found that a chick found.
Yeah, and that's how you got the jersey. It was a jersey that said Morton on the back, and then it had a picture of him on the front.
I'm just glad it
The
wasn't
actual dude.
like God. That guy.
And the costume contest again, it was under the tent, so I didn't go.
I wanted to go see Motown Rage, but I was late. But I did go see Legs Diamond, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. One of these nights I stayed up all night getting fucked up. And so like for all this Nightmare stage shit, I just was like sleeping, trying to get rest because I needed to see Legs Diamond. And I successfully saw the show. I filmed about half of it before my fucking camera battery died. I had a small battery and a big battery, and one of the pins on my big battery bent. So I only ever had about an hour of footage at any given time. And my battery kept fucking dying and not charging fast enough. I really undercut fucking filming this year, but I did go see Legs Diamond. Okay, Legs Diamond, ultra fucking dope. Obviously, I had a boner for it before we went to the gathering. It was everything that I wanted it to be and more, because not only did he obviously do a bunch of Nine Pistolas stuff, it's essentially all he's got. He also performed his verse from Super Balls, and that's just something you don't ever get to fucking see.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I got to film that or not, but honestly, like that was a fucking highlight of the Legs Diamond set. And then later in the set, when he was performing Tommy Gun, every time he would do, he was throwing out guitar picks, and I ended up catching a guitar pick, and it has the Mighty Death Pop on one side of it, and then on the other side, in Mighty Death Pop Aerofont, it says Insane Clown Posse. And,
now, Jump could have been there. That would have made it fresher. But the highlight was no fucking Sugar Slam. I was so happy.
Highlight.
I would
now, Legs did say that Jump couldn't be here because he was too busy running everything.
He was, and he didn't have a voice either. We found out at the seminar.
Let me deter from because I like the shits. Nick, sorry we didn't see that. So
What?
Nintendo nerd definitely backed the fuck out. He didn't show up at all. None of his little supporters did. His whole little circle basically stayed home while he stayed in jail. As for Craps, she was not. I wouldn't say she was deep in hiding because we actually ran into Snaps a few times. She just didn't know about it. I'll say she looks a lot worse in person, a lot more frumpy. She's like a frumpy lady.
Sorry, who's that?
80.
Snaps.
Oh yeah, I didn't
I
see
heard so many more people were there than I actually saw.
Yeah, almost the whole ass internet was there. But you couldn't find the whole ass internet. You could only find a few of us.
Dude, it felt like the whole internet was there. Like when we got there, it was just kind of like you and me. You know, we had been chilling for a couple days already, or a day or whatever, and then Will showed up, and then KJ showed up, and then we found out Lord Zero was camped behind us, and then Gruffmane rolled up, and then I saw Pac-Man, Charlie Brown's Excellent Adventures. I saw him at the gathering, and that was fucking crazy. It was just a quick what up.
John Malenko, fucking Scottish
There, but he
Misfit.
feared coming to the Studio 17 camp to hang out with us.
One of the first people we seen was Scottish Misfit. You know, props to that man because he actually walks at the gathering. You wouldn't think it from looking at him.
Yeah,
but
I saw
he
him.
does walk at the gathering more than Will for sure.
I saw him getting pelted with fucking trash at the trash wars too. We weren't but fucking like 20 feet away from each other or less.
I don't even know what days I went down. All those days were a blur.
But did any of you guys do any of this other shit?
Legs down.
Legs
no.
Diamond was it. After Legs Diamond, I was so tired, I went back to the campsite and slept until Fat Nick.
Fat Nick was
Out of-
whack.
They belong at 2 a.m. in the morning, tripping on acid. I think Green Jelly got fucked this year, but from what I've seen and heard, they turned the fuck up. But they were misproperly handled this year.
Okay, I went to the first one with my boy in 2016, I think, and it was under a tent at the Pendulum stage in Ohio, and that was a good show. And then in 2017, they came back and performed in Oklahoma, but they performed like on the second stage, which I think was called the Red Moon Howl stage. And the problem with that show, what was dope about the 2016 performance was that it was in the tent and that we were all like super tight together, just like fucking having a really fucking great time. But in 2017 in Oklahoma, that show spread way the fuck out, and it felt like more. It was the exact same show, and it was spread out more, and it wasn't the same. So I skipped it this year. Yo, okay, so like I slept through Cybertronic Spree and Odd Squad Family. Do you guys got anything to say about that?
I sat through all of it.
Yeah.
I
No.
wanted Steel Panther. That was the only thing I really wanted to see this year more than anything.
Well, Fat Nick was garbage at the fucking gathering.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I was like right down there, real close. Like that was other than ICP on Saturday night. Like that was the closest that I think I remember getting to the main stage for a performance.
And then Steel Panther. Okay, let me because you know this band. I didn't know of Steel Panther prior to the gathering, and my first musical experience of theirs at all was really seeing them live, and I thought that shit was really fucking cool. I definitely hope we get Steel Panther back.
Word. I don't know about that. They've been around for 40 some years. I thought they were more LA local. I know them. I know of them. I know who they party with. They really do party with like Motley Crue and Poison and shit. They really do have the clout. I didn't listen to them before prepping for the gathering like that because I thought they just covered 80 hair metal music. Dude, they are fucking hilarious as fuck. The banter between the songs are fucking funny. And they do that, like anybody over however my age is would love this shit, dude. I'm telling you. It was my favorite next to Mikey Clark this year at the Gathering.
A Steel Panther comparable to Mike Clark. I think it's two completely different performances, but they were both definitely like top tier. Like I like Steel Panther. I've known about them for a few years. I don't listen to them to know all their songs. So like a lot of the shit that they played, I didn't know. And also I was surprised that they didn't play like Community Property, but they did do 17 Girls and some other really fucking, they did Death to All But Metal. Yes. And I agree. Steel Panther put on a fucking sick show.
Okay, can I bitch about the question mark? It was absolute ass. It was the Clue cover band. The Clue wasn't good. Why would you fucking cover the damn band? I agree. It should have been Mini ICP, Little Midget ICP.
Oh, dude, Mini ICP. That'd be.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know, but that
sounds
cool.
Is Mini ICP a thing?
Somebody said that they were hoping it was. I heard it was. I heard the rumors.
Hold on.
Sick.
I don't ever go by what's said. It's rumors, man, just rumors. But I was so hoping that rumor was absolute true. I don't want to hear the Clue, man. It was bullshit. They were bullshit then. It's bullshit to cover them. Play the Clue was a meme. It was just something we did to piss off dude. It was never meant to go this fucking far.
Right.
Rob really went the wrong way with this. He misread that shit completely. As far as I know, we don't even like his ass anymore. I don't know. Jared jumped off the stage and like hit a juggalo. As far as I'm concerned, that's no fly zone anymore.
Okay, I only got a couple of things, and they're all non-connective. One, I heard that the Clue cover band was the Hatchet Man Project guys.
Oh my god!
I don't know if that's a fact or not.
Chuck anymore, dude.
Two, I don't pay attention to anything about the Clue or the Juggalos in the Clue and how they love it and all that shit. I just always avoided all of it. And but I did hear like some rumblings about the Clue not liking what happened and how they were like working for like a real thing to make like bring to the public eye like the real Clue or some shit. I have no idea what I'm saying. But in the end, they feel that Rob made a mockery of the event and like just like memed it out.
I read the same email. That was pretty much what happened. They're not really happy, from what I understand. They were in the talks with Rob about maybe doing actual legit Clue shit, and Rob never got back to them, and they feel like they got shitted on. I would not be surprised if they try to lawsuit it, but I don't know. It depends on how butthurt they really were. But that letter was like ex-girlfriend type level, so I don't know.
Well, once again, I had stayed up all night doing drugs, and I needed to fucking bank some damn sleep. So as soon as Steel Panther was over, I rushed to the camper to get some rest. And then that is when Mac actually was the one to break the news to me that Puya pulled out of the Gathering this year on account of saying that he had COVID-19 infection.
I could care less. I've never heard of that man.
So there's another rumor going around. I guess the Juggalo community,
Facebook,
that has to do with Puya being like a chomo, I guess, and that's why he wasn't there.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I know no more than that exact line.
Allegedly, hell of a label to give somebody.
And I would hope it's not true because I like Puya's music and fucking COVID. Yeah, move on, man.
Okay, so Puya skipped, and then in an unprecedented move, they actually brought Insane Clown Posse out early, aka on time for a fucking change. And so I'll just say this: I love talking. My boy Hanka, you might know him, Scrub in Japan on YouTube, and Twitch. My man here was trying to date this fucking Japanese woman. And I remember that he shared on social media that they had this conversation about standing back and doing the whole thing, like just watching it all and just taking it all in. And I never do that, you know? Like I'm always like, I'm in that clown suit. I'm in that fucking crowd. You know, if it's the ICP, you know where to find me, like getting fucked up in the middle of the shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I was mad tired and whatever other excuse I could pull out of my ass right now. But I had decided to sit back and watch wide. And one of the motivators for that was also that they said that they were going to do songs that they had never done before. And so like I wasn't trying to get in like a weird ICP crowd, you know what I'm saying? Like
what you're saying, yeah.
they opened with Welcome to the Carnival on Yum Yum Bedlam, and then they cut to Goblin, which was like a Hallowicked single. And like it was so the polar opposite of what Welcome to the Carnival was. And it like the set vibed for sure, but I definitely didn't get down there. And my homegirl, she went down there and she said when she came back to the campsite, she was dry as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, she said she was like third row from the barricade and had looked like you couldn't even tell. You know, they apparently, well, again, you can't expect them to use all the fucking Fago for 2 clown shows. But that Jukebox show was arguably one of the fucking best ICP sets I've seen, like at the Gathering. I thought that shit was super fucking cool.
I got to
and a lot of the songs were new and off of like Yum Yum's lore and Bedlam and all that shit. But the songs that they picked were fucking right. Like they did Smell of the Rain, and I didn't think that like that song would be so great live.
They did Smell of Rain. Yeah, I forgot about that. Also, I feel like the one song that they did perform that was a repeat song was the Fago Armageddon song, and that was Be Safe.
Yeah, and they've done that before because I think that's how they closed Shimmer Forest with fucking Be Safe.
Yeah,
that's a good song to end. That's good. That's acceptable.
It's 7 minutes long.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I didn't go like Blake did. I decided to save my energy for like what I would call the real ICP show, and I sat back and watched, and I enjoyed the show up until the Fago started flying, and then I felt like an absolute punk for sitting there, and I wanted to run down, but it was way too late. I had all my shit with me, so it's like I didn't, but I definitely punked out, dude. Really, yeah, it felt like a complete Jeff.
I also forgot that they did We'll Be All Right, man. Fuck, man.
Yeah, dude.
My brain is so shit.
They posted up in those lawn chairs, and it was like such a relaxing experience.
You fell asleep at the
jukebox
show, man.
That shit. It was so nice and like, man. Now I get why Juggalos sit in fucking lawn chairs and just watch shit. That's where it's at. That's where it's at. You could literally. I see Ross was falling asleep during another set we were sitting there for.
Be the lawn chair juggler that sits on the back of the hill during all the shows, dude. I still feel like I got enough in me that I can survive that gang fight and get wet every time. Every time. Until I can't. I don't want to be the lawn chair juggler. I'm trying to fight that. I sleep in it.
I had to try it once. I don't regret it, but now, like in the future, I hope my energy level is going to be at a different fucking ratio, and I want to be down in there. You know, like I belong down in there. So, like, I guess we'll jump to ICP later. But so so the jukebox show was pretty fresh. The set list was shared online, and then again, I didn't do the Ninja Olympics or the lingerie contest or the pajama foam party or any of this music.
I wanted to do Mushroom Head, but my homeboy had a health emergency that took most of that time up, so I decided not to go.
Excuses. So that was, I think, the day though that we went to the haunted house, Yumi and Ross.
Oh yeah, when I went in on my dad's fucking mobility scooter.
Yes, they allowed us to bring in. Well, they allowed Blake to scoot in on that scooter. They
I was like, I'm a vet, and the fucking clown broad on the stilts was like, "Thank you for your service," and I'm like, "Stolen valor at the Gathering."
You're Canadian. You wouldn't understand the concept.
I know, it's so crazy. And then so I rolled up on the scoot, and the guy's like, "What's up?" And I'm like, "Not much." can I get in here? And he's like, it shouldn't be a problem for you. I'm like, okay, fresh. And there was maybe like a half a dozen fucking problems in there with the fucking scooter. But it was a good time. We went through the whole thing. And then when we got to the end, there was this man that was like an executioner or whatever. And I was sitting in the scoot and he was like 10 feet or whatever away. He comes walking up to me and he like reaches out and he grabs the key out of the scooter. Like he turns it off and then he walks away and he starts like shaking the fucking key at me, like teasing me, like my fucking legs don't work. So I just fucking stand up and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I just stand up and I walk over to him and he's like, your legs work? And I'm like, yeah, what the hell? And he was like, oh man. And I'm like, okay, we can fuck around. So I give him the keys back. And then I went and I sat down on the scooter. And then he teased me with the keys again. And I'm like, oh, please give me back my keys. My legs don't work so good. And then that was my experience on the scoot.
All right, next day. Spooky's over here shitting himself, dude. We need to get
the haunted house overall wasn't like that great. Should they bring it back? Yes, it's fun to have there for like an all night thing. That you could literally go in as many times as you want. It takes like 5 minutes to walk through.
Not even.
That it was cool.
It's really boring, but it
was basically like it felt like basically what it was like the structure was like fucking posts pounded in the ground and then cut off with garbage bags. Like it was a really simple fucking kind of, it was all props. Like I guess you guys went back again later and there were more people.
Yeah, there was a little bit more people, but nothing. It's a bunch of like props that don't move and shit. Just imagine a bunch of rooms where they just randomly threw fucking Halloween decorations and hope that you will get scared. There's maybe a total of 4 actors in there.
Yeah, they're all in the last room.
Yeah. It's not great.
It wasn't great, but it was still a silly, fun little time. So nobody went and saw any of this other music or anything?
No.
All right, and then we did this day, so now we're on the last day. Yeah, we're on the last day now. So on the last day, it was the same fucking type of shit. Who's getting up at noon? Who's getting up at noon on day 4 to go to the fucking graffiti contest? Fucking I did. Not me, you know?
I did, and I'll tell you why. Because every time you go to an ICP seminar, usually they have a little freebie at the end, and you want to get a good seat so you can get a ticket and bounce out and get in line. For Trash Wars, you want to show up early. So I showed up at the ass end of that graffiti contest, and the fumes from them goddamn spray cans, dude, I don't know why more people didn't like drop dead inside that tent before we even got in there for Trash Wars.
The art looked really good, though.
Good.
That shit looked fucking fresh.
Professional taggers in there. The winner deserved it. There was some really good shit. Some asshole apparently stole a painting, though, because they got a fucking juggalo. But yes, I went early to that and then sat there waiting for ICP. So I showed up even earlier than the 2-hour late thing. I think I waited like 4 hours for ICP. But I'm that kind of asshole.
That's fucking brutal, dude. I can't even believe you just said that.
Dude, I love Trash Wars. I like
tired and losing my own.
Also, guess what? Do not sit on the fucking hay bales. I fucked up again and sat on the hay bales. They'll wreck your ass bone, dude. Like, I'm not even playing. Bring your chair. Fuck the hay bales. Most of them are busted anyway from the assholes Blake was talking about.
Yeah, but bring a chair that you don't want to take back to camp with you because it's going to get destroyed with garbage juice.
Yeah. I don't even want to list the things I know was being thrown around that thing. There were 2.
Dude, well, okay, we'll get into it in just a sec, but I want to talk about the seminar for sure. But so I did not go to the graffiti contest, and I also decided not to go to Big Silva. But did anybody see the picture of the eagle that landed on Big Silva before they dropped it?
I did. That shit looked. I wish I was there to see that.
Yeah,
I did see the picture. Yeah.
I saw turkey buzzards out there, and I saw a hawk out there. Apparently, it was a hawk that landed there, and somebody has photoshopped a fucking eagle in it to troll and prove a fucking point. I've looked at the picture. It's pixelated as fuck. If somebody photoshopped it, they did a damn good goddamn job on the Photoshop. I don't know. I
Why
heard
would Juggalos do an excellent job at Photoshop to just put an eagle on a
I-
fucking ball of tape?
oh, but that's what I heard. Do we even have eagles on the East Coast?
I saw some big ass birds flying around Ohio, man,
they
when
were-
we
they
were in the
were-
parking lot and shit.
They were turkey buzzards. They were looking for trash and shit leaving. That's the ones that circle. I don't even know if we have eagles on the East Coast. I don't fucking know. I'm a geographical idiot. But yeah, I don't think we have. I think that's a West Coast thing. I'm pretty sure it was a fucking hawk and somebody photoshopped that shit. But go on.
Either way. Anyway, I skipped the graffiti contest in Big Silva, but I hit up my man John Malenko, and he said it's 80% full at like maybe 1:30. So I fucking got down there, and I managed to fucking squeeze into the front, and it's just fuck the back. You know what I'm saying? And it was so bad. Like, it smelled so bad this year. Like, those squids, man, stunk like so bad, you know? Like, I can't, like, I'm good at articulation, but I cannot fucking express how fucking truly awful those rotten fucking squids. And they never dried. They never got dry. Every time you touched them, they were wet. It was slimy. It was so disgusting. I hated it. Because it was the trash wars. So they were just throwing flour and trash, and then
I threw at least 8 Twizzlers at you.
Did you hit me with any successfully?
No, some chick in front of you had an umbrella and they were bouncing off.
Nice. Yeah, I remember those people with the umbrellas. They were on a double stack of hay bales. I felt like very well barricaded, but I still got fucking smoked right in the back of the neck with a lime.
Dude,
that felt like a baseball, dude. Like that shit. That one hurt. That one hurt a little bit, I'll admit.
Somebody threw a half a bucket of, I can't believe it's not butter, and it landed at my feet, right? I picked it up and threw it as hard as I could up front. I got this poor ninja in his back around the middle. If you were in here, homie, I feel so bad. I wanted to smoke with you afterwards. He was peeling that shit out of his hair. And then them ignorant bastards with the hay bales got on him, and man, he just about got tarred and feathered in there. And
you see the guys that were like getting down and putting their back parallel to the ceiling so guys could like barrel roll off them into the hay and shit?
I missed that. That must have been up your side.
Everybody was getting fucking buck wild with that trash shit. This is the first time. Okay, so I showed up at 1:30 and it was supposed to start at 2. It always starts late. They started 2 hours late, bro. They started 2 hours late. It fucking sucked. And then when they started it, it was a Zen of Love show. It wasn't even a fucking seminar. And I fucking sat there and listened to these guys talk about their dicks and shit for an hour or whatever. Because out of principle, I fucking sat there so long. I hated that. And from the moment that it started, I'm like, yo, I got to get the fuck out of here, man. And I never did.
No,
I like the information. You know what I'm saying? And like, what did we get? We got the last seminar single that we got was like, I think Willoughby Rag's Bag of Poop at Shimmer Forest in 2019. And then in 2021, we got sorry, maybe my timeline's a little messed up, but we got the Inner City Posse show at Shimmer Forest. Oh, and then we got the like, oh, I'm having a fucking heart attack seminar in 2021, and there was no single that was handed out at that show.
He was straight up dying. I was well beyond heart attack. He was straight up dying.
Right. But now they don't do free autographs anymore. And
I agree,
used to
Spooky.
be able
It kind of like it make people like forget, you know, like I forget what's going on with stories because Blake goes on and on. Yeah, basically the mystery seminar was a Zen of Love shit. Nobody was happy about it. Nobody wants to see Zen of Love at the gathering. It doesn't matter. I did not go because I like to stay clean at the gathering as much as I can, and
I love the trash war.
It's for dirty people.
I do it every year, man. I know what I'm getting into. I know I'm going to get nasty shit on me. It's part of it. I think that's how we get out our aggression. We get our aggression there, and then go take a fucking Fago baptism after that. It's all part of it for me. It's part of the cycle. I love the trash wars. Fuck the front. Fuck the front. fuck the fuck? The shower. Yeah, at some point the tent got a pimple in it from the water and the rain, and somebody poked it with a stick, and everybody was taking showers there. And,
I wanted to go back there so bad and do that.
and people were like washing balls, and I thought it was a chick washing balls. They said it was a dude
I
washing.
think it was two dudes, but I was way in the front and I couldn't see that well. But they were like, they were standing under the hot water piss tent, and then they're like, wash his dick. So he fucking shoved his hands down his pants.
There was a lot of misgendering this year. I know I tripped over many a lady's dicks this year. So
yeah, a little
it's
weird this year.
But there was about 30 people taking a bath under there, and I was definitely jealous. But that water sitting up there looked a little putrid, and I didn't want it in my dreads. But I wound up with shit in my dreads anyway.
We're dragging ass on this day.
Who gives a fuck? It's the last day, and we got 20 minutes left.
Oh, this is Saturday?
The good shit, dude.
Yeah, we did them all. This is the last day. So there was no music that was set up on the Nightmare stage. It was just these things. So they did the seminar, the Nightmare stage was Big Silva and the MC Step Up and Flex. Skipped it. Miss Juggalette skipped it because they said that they're going to do, after the ICP seminar, they switched these and they did Miss Juggalette in the tent. And then they did the Palcast on the stage.
I'm going out for that shit.
Spooky, stop. You've been in plenty of calls with us looking at butt sharpies.
Creep, but I don't like the Palcast or all the motherfuckers all the time. They get on my damn nerves. Shaggy and Creep's great together. Love them. But the cast and the chat room is a little too much.
For me, everything on the main stage was really good sounding. Trey Pound just sounded like a regular Juggalo rapper, unfortunately. I thought he was going to like bring something big, but it was just like he opened the last night main stage and it's day 4. I'm sure Trey Pound was partying. You know what I'm saying? He's got to be a little tired. I'll cut him some slack. He's a nice man, but it just seemed like it was a little low energy. And then Egyptian Lover and the Executioners, I was just sitting at my camp for that. And then I was sitting there for Slick Rick, but some juggalos threw some shit at one of the backup singers. And she's like, don't throw shit. And then, so me and the other guys that were sitting at the campsite, we fucking popped up and we walked over to look at the main stage. And we saw that one of the two backup singers kind of like fucking went backstage a little bit so that she couldn't be hit with shit. And then Slick Rick was like trying to smooth it over, saying shit like, oh, we know that like when you throw shit at us, that just means that we're, you like us. We're family. Then they got everybody to chant family or whatever.
People were throwing shit at Slick Rick, and he recovered, and he did good. He didn't do what Babytron did and ran off. So Slick Rick is good at the gathering.
He's a professional. Lottie Dottie is one of the first rap songs I ever learned. I must have been 10 fucking years old, dude. He's an absolute legend. I did not go down, however. I wanted to save my energy for ICP. So I didn't even go down to the end of KRS-One. Which, since I'm going still, KRS-One I thought was bullshit. Everybody else performed well. KRS-One turned it into some kind of preaching sermon. And it's like
KRS-One fucking bomb, dude. That shit was terrible.
I heard his mic just fine. Other people said
I was getting mad during that set.
And I didn't like what he was doing. It was wasted.
He brought the energy from Slick. Like Slick Rick was pretty high energy, a very good show with a production and like everything. KRS-One just completely fucking nothing. It was just his fucking goofy ass walking out there doing his thing. I did not feel it.
It wasn't cool.
Okay, so I wasn't paying much attention to KRS-One because I was getting ready for ICP. And then I went down for ICP. Do you guys got anything to say about KRS-One?
No.
We just did.
Anything further? Sorry.
No.
It was ass.
That's it. Okay, well then that's basically it, man. At the end of the night, it was the ICP. I had been fucking bumming around all fucking week. I was there for 10 days. This is like Saturday night was like day 9, and
Did that pick up on the mic?
I got my clown suit on. I fucking went down. I was like, feel like front center, like mad close, and and I just like I'm getting old, or I'm getting even more out of shape than what I think I am because
We're getting old, bro.
yeah, we're getting old. The last few ICP shows, man, I've just been finding it like really hard to breathe, and I'm getting crushed. And I know all how to move my arms around and like keep my chest fucking not crushed, but I'm in there getting like 100-degree fucking bodies rubbing up against me. I'm getting so
Yeah,
hot.
boy.
I'm getting overheated. It's hard to stay cool. I got a fucking clown suit on like a dummy, right? Excuse me. And so I after like maybe one or two songs after the second Fago break, like right near the end of the show, I had to fucking back way out and get out of the front center. Like I didn't think that I was going to be able to make it. And I thought that even if I could last breathing, there's no way that I was going to get my fucking leg over the people barrier. So I ended up leaving and going out to the stage, like where the people barrier ends. And there was just a security guard there that had like a normal fence that he was opening and closing for people that were crowd surfing to exit. And when the ICP started letting juggalos on the stage for the Armageddon, this big guy just like pushed through the security, and I ran past it and like immediately got on the stage with like no major issue. Scooped up a couple of Fagos, handed some out to some juggalos around me, and just had like a fucking baller time. It was the best time.
Did you keep a Fago?
I got one Fago, yeah, from the Saturday night set.
I didn't commit. I was starting to like on the right. They were pulling onto the stage ramp, I guess, and I never committed. I wanted to get wetter, so I decided to just stay with the front instead. So I didn't get on this year. But it was 10 out of 10 for me. Jay with the lyrics, he did great. Everybody did great. The Fago song, my favorite one, is back because all those other ones are ass. If it ain't get some Fago, it's bullshit. They all drop the hype immediately when that song fucking starts, dude. Get some Fago.
Yeah, they did new Fago songs this year, and they like experiment like once in a while with that shit, but
their ass. They need to stick with that song. It hypes me the fuck up. I go from I'm dying, please, to get some Fago, and I'm dancing, and yeah, dude, I'm ready. And they didn't do Assassins. I was waiting for the 2 liters in the dark, and it didn't. I told everybody watch out for the 2 liters in the dark, and it never fucking happened. Jay looked okay, man. Jay's old. Jay's an old motherfucker, dude. He does whatever. He's fucking young girls. You saw I don't know.
Lainey was there huffing balloons, driving golf carts all over the place. She was fucking posting on Facebook, hey, does anybody want to fucking come and hang out with me and Jay in the rain? And then she's like, hey, does somebody want to fucking come and cook breakfast for Jay? He wants something meaty and cheesy.
He's not one of the.
I did not see that shit.
That shit was straight up on Lainey's Facebook.
Yeah, dude. She was like pimping girls for him. Like, hey, you want to come hang out with us tonight? And all kinds of bullshit.
I mean, she looks pretty good in person, man. Good for Jay. He's an ugly old fuck.
I don't know, man. Lainey looks like she's got some knowledge.
Girls with problems are the best girls, man.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wonder. Yeah.
And I guess that's pretty much it for the review of the ICP fucking Gathering of the Juggalos events. Is there any personal experiences that any of you guys would like to talk about?
Nope, I guess that's the end of the show.
I don't know, man. I had a pretty good time this year, despite all the differences. I definitely feel like this is no longer our gathering to be. It's definitely changed. Like I said, I tripped over a lot of ladies' dicks this year. A lot of C-17 shit everywhere. It's definitely.
Dude, I've seen so much more C-17 shit this year than any other year.
It's definitely on a different balance. I didn't feel left out at all. I just felt like different parts just weren't for me. I didn't feel bad if I missed them or not. Everything else was kind of fun. The rain could have been a pain in the ass for some people. I had these little pokey stick things growing up where I was that like went through your goddamn foot. That wasn't very fucking comfortable. But yeah.
So
other than that, I like meeting up with Studio 17. I like meeting Guff and fucking Will introduced himself to me 3 fucking times because he's a drunk idiot. I met who else did I meet? I met Dahmer. I can't remember. I met
Grumpman says he saw Blue, but I didn't see him.
Gruffman also came up to me and told me he's seen Blue, and he tried to personally take me to Blue, but I also did not see Blue.
No, I definitely would have tried to throw shit at Blue if I saw it.
I did want to get some content with Blue for sure. I wanted to get him during a live stream. It didn't happen. He did good.
Okay, yo, check it. We're done with the review. We're going to keep the show going here for a few minutes. I got some special guests backstage that want to join the panel. But speaking of guests joining the panel, if you may have noticed tonight, the show presented to you has Powered by StreamYard watermark on it because I could not re-up my StreamYard account. Cheap as fuck, and I'm not fucking entertaining you guys for free. So I got like 100 Canadian dollars, which is like $70.
Oh, here we go.
And I need 200 American dollars or 266 Canadian dollars to keep my StreamYard running for a year. So I need like 100. I need like 130 American bucks. If you want to help me out, keep Studio 17 afloat, then please consider sending me your fucking money to paypal.me/notslim1. And every fucking dollar helps keep the channel alive.
Why don't you just make Mima get another fucking job? Or
I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Thank you. Okay, so with that, what do you think? Should we bring on our next guest?
Yeah, we can bring it up.
Wait.
Okay.
For last. Wait.
Do you want to say something before we bring the guest on? Or
No, you could bring up whenever, man.
All right, here we go. This is what's up.
So
what is fuck, man? I forgot my light again. See, this is why I come in second place all the time because I forget things like my light. Let me go ahead and take myself out of second place position and put my light on. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
All right, so
well, hold on before you get started. How's tricks, gentlemen?
Well, you would know.
What do you mean? No. I mean, just overall, because before we get to what the people really, really want to hear about, and I absolutely do not want to disappoint the fucking people, man, because I think that I really fucked up not going to this gathering for a bunch of reasons. I'm glad every single one of you had a great time. Who is this in the corner? Is this John Malenko?
It sure is.
I've never met you, man. You actually have a pretty decent beard. I know you don't like me, but I like your color. I like your coloring. I will give you some props.
Hey, check this out. I'll tell you what. One,
I want to start positive.
no, wait. Okay, one, it's your show.
It's not my show.
It's not your show. You're acting like it's your show already. This is Mac's show. He is the star of this fucking
this
show.
is
I know.
not my show.
Well, no, but I spoke to Mac before, and I just have some questions about the gathering. Is all. I literally brought a list.
I'll tell you why I don't like you. When the divorce went down, you took one side and CPN another side. You split down the middle, and I always felt with great power comes great responsibility. You fucked off for clicks when you could have healed a lot of people that was fucked up. You like clicks because you're a rock star and you're a clout chaser like CPN is. You didn't think about all the other people that this music helps out and does that. You guys ripped it apart when you could have fucking healed it. And just for clicks, dude. Just for clicks. And I don't like it. I don't respect it. I think you're a piece of shit.
Well, allow me to retort. I would agree with you up until about 2019 when I made myself scarce from the situation and started working towards the more entertainment side of what the Juggalo world was doing in the form of Astronomicon. Since I've been back in the Juggalo world, what I've done has done more to heal than hurt. And what I mean by that is NetFest. What I mean by that is when I did come back and do a show last fall, it was highly positive towards, overall general underground. And I didn't trash Psychopathic anymore. And I actually gave what I heard about the gathering lots of kudos on the part of Psychopathic Records. And I just think some of the behavior of individual attendees to the festival of a subculture now celebrating more than 25 years can mature past poop dollars and rotten food
We've been doing
into something like what other fan bases do after 25 years, which is like go on cruises. No one's going to let a juggalo go on like a real cruise to the Bahamas if we're going to throw squids around the
The
boat.
thing is, we're getting new juggalos in, and what the thing is, they're reading a handbook, and they're like, "Oh, we got to do poop dollars because they do poop dollars. We got to burn rebel flags. They burnt rebel."
But when somebody like me comes along and says, "Don't do that. It's not what you should be doing," I get clowned and told I'm a fucking F slur, and then I get told I'm an asshole. I feel like the movie Idiocracy. I'm done dumbing down the message to everybody.
Knew we were going to wreck the car. They say go ahead and do it. Since
Okay, see, I didn't know that, but I also I don't live in a place where like wrecking cars is fucking recreation. Like, to be fucking honest, my guy.
wrecking cars is fucking great. I was around for the
No, I agree, but like not as part. Like they didn't advertise it for a reason, is what I mean. If it had been in the program, I'd fucking understand it, but it wasn't in the program like that. It was sprung up on people.
They set up.
So I guess that car was part of a stunt show that they were having there.
This is what I'm going to say. Everybody I spoke to, every fucking person, including this dude Mac, who I'm meeting for the first time, said that there was a healing energy at the gathering this year. That there wasn't as much Twizzler bullshit versus fucking motherfuckers as you might have thought.
No.
So,
there was a
and
lot-
short of a few fights, which one of them we all know about, there wasn't much in that fucking thing. And I mean, the only death that occurred, and I actually wrote it down here because I wanted to make sure we talked about it a little bit. I want to say a special rest in peace to Dora's cardio resilience. I'm pretty sure that they had her on one of those plastic machines where you have to suck in and then blow out and like maintain a line. Do you know what I'm talking about? You ever had fucking pneumonia?
I get it. Yeah.
So I want to give a big RIP to her cardio resilience and Slim One, or not Slim One rather.
What up?
You had a cart and you didn't help Dora. How fucking dare you? Be shame.
It's
got
not
a
big enough.
maximum.
Dude.
It wasn't big enough. It wasn't rated for an animal that size.
No, there's no fucking way.
So is there?
One man tried to offer me $1,000. I'm like, bro, you're gonna break.
My thing is there AAA for an animal that size? Because I don't know who you call. 211.
Did you enjoy it?
What? Enjoy what?
Mac, you're in vacation. It seemed to be really, really eventful.
Well, hold on. We're not there yet. Can I continue asking my questions? I know you want to rush to stuff, man, and I'm gonna get all his opinions about the best rides and the best food of the gathering.
This ain't your show, asshole.
Okay.
Watch.
Well, if you think something needs to be said and it's your show, why don't you say it?
I said it was our show. I didn't say it was.
Okay.
Like
I didn't know if you had a rundown sheet. See, I brought a rundown sheet. I'm a professional. Tiger Woods, I'm good. See, I brought a rundown sheet. It's a thing in broadcasting.
The motherfucker brought notes. Look at that goddamn giant cock microphone.
You said something about mini CP. Did you want to know about mini CP, or are we skipping that?
I don't know nothing about that. I don't want to talk to him anymore. Mac, why don't you talk to him? You guys got a lot in common.
No, that's what I heard, man. I heard we like the same type of foods.
You guys
Like I'm a carnivore. I like meat in different positions, like folded positions.
Mac,
How old are you, Mac? First off, and did your name come from Ouija Macc, as I am to assume? This way I know what I'm talking to. No? Are you sure?
No.
McDonald's?
Hold on. My name's Maximilian. So,
Oh, at least you didn't try to call yourself Mad Max. That name's tainted.
yeah, I don't like that, dude. And I'm 31, sir.
Oh, all right, you ain't no kid then. All right, so you should have a pretty decent opinion of the shit. Now, everybody knows I didn't go to the Gathering of Dreams, and as a result, I know I fucked up. I'm never not gonna not go again because from this, it was the Gathering of the Dreams, and what I heard, a lot of cars, a lot of cherries, and a lot of relationships got busted during the 4 days at Legend Valley. Everybody did have a good time, though.
how did you hear anything if your phone was ghosted?
What do you, in regards to what? I heard all sorts of shit. You don't understand. My phone gets ghosted by people all the time. Are you asking about somebody specific?
I was watching your last show, and you seemed a little upset and heartbroken that you.
About what? What would I have been heartbroken and upset about?
Sounds like you lost something at the gathering. Stuff.
Yeah, man. You know what? I did lose something. I lost the opportunity. No, I lost the opportunity to meet a lot of you fine individuals, shake a lot of hands, and have a lot of you thank me for putting away the 4th unlockable character in the Rampage video game, Raya Jernigan, who I know visited your lovely, lovely campsite a couple of years ago and made his presence felt.
They just
So I would have walked around and I would have, accepted my thank yous. I would have said you're welcomes. I would have enjoyed some folded meats because apparently a piece of folded meat was good for at least like one ride on the Happy Truck.
Speaking of,
From what I understand, what I did instead of going to the gathering was I competed in a beard competition in Cranston, Rhode Island, and I came in second.
Your whole character is your fucking beard. You've made.
I know, man. Isn't it crazy that my entire character that got me into movies and got me 5 million streams this year would be my beard? Do you guys want to get to the point, or do you want do we want grandpa fucking grass hair to continue? Like, come on, bro. Ain't you got a fish concert? Yo, I really like that shirt, my guy. Why do you have to be such a dick? I like you.
Okay, check this out, right? I respected what you did up until the fucking second you backpedaled. You had a beautiful plan. He fell for the shit twice.
Oh. John Malenko. Take a deep breath.
Owned it. I would have respected more, but you had to bitch the fuck out. You didn't want to take responsibility.
John Malenko.
You played Roxy like a fucking puppet, got her involved in all your bullshit, and you took no responsibility for none of it.
John Malenko. I have a question. I have a question. If I am this fucking mastermind and a guy I hadn't talked about in 3 years, pretty much since he got married, and I was able to orchestrate everything that happened in the last 4 months, if I was able to do that the way you describe, fuck, man, I would take it. I would take fucking credit because I would be a G. But trust me, you think that was a well laid out plan? You thought that was a well laid out plan. What do you think tonight is?
I saw her live.
You thought that was a well laid out plan. Let me finish talking, and you'll see a very laid out plan.
Too much, dude.
All right,
so just gonna be a bitch about him anyway and not own him.
You got anything? Like, you guys got any like food things? Like, I like stoner boats. Can you mute him? I got like legitimate things about the gathering to talk about.
Dude, you're a bitch. Own what the fuck you did. Nobody really likes you. You think all these people are so happy that you.
No, I don't care. You don't get. You don't get it. You're still not getting it.
Fuck you did.
You're still not getting it. And I'm gonna get to it at the end here. All right,
yeah, mute me, dude.
John, I'm gonna be straight up. Like,
there's no need. There's no need because we're gonna get to what you guys want to talk about here.
Hold on, like everybody's been talking. I don't really.
So Zen of Love, right?
So
Nobody wants to hear about anybody's sex life. That's the point of the Zen of Love thing, right? That's what you guys just said.
No.
Was that Joe sitting there talking about his sex life was uninteresting, right?
Yeah, I said that, and that's because I'm at a fucking Insane Clown Posse seminar where I want to get Insane Clown Posse information.
So we're getting a gathering review. So we're not going to talk about anybody's love life right this second. Maybe in about 6. Anybody got any best rides? Did you guys go on any rides?
I know some homies that had some pretty fun rides.
I know some homies that had some pretty fun rides too, carnival and otherwise, like carts and fucking like things, and like the L train I heard was in the house running around. But like, all right, so no best rides. We're gonna keep it going. We're good because clearly you want me to hurry up and get to the point. Mini CP, you don't want to hear about my idea for mini ICP, so I'm gonna keep it going. So basically, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pick my new movie's being announced on Friday, and it's about a lot of the last 4 months, and I want to pitch it to you guys. And then I'm going to kick you the web address that you can visit to learn more. I'm going to share the screen. And then I'm going to leave. And then you guys can discuss all you want. So my movie pitch. Who's seen Kill Bill?
I don't watch
Kill Bill. Who's seen Kill Bill?
Okay, Kill Bill was okay.
Okay, you know there's a thing called movies, and there was a movie called Kill Bill?
Yeah, I know there was a movie called Kill Bill.
Okay, you know how she had like a list of names? And that list of names were like the people on the Deadly Viper assassination squad. And that list of names was a list of names of people who had like beaten her up.
Remember in Billy Madison when the Steve Buscemi character was putting on lipstick and he had a list of names?
So my movie is not called Kill Bill, it's called Fuck Jugs. And what it is there's a female character like the bride, but it's called the ex-wife. And the ex-wife has a list, and on that list it says Chuck Reeves, Studio 17, Bender Boys, Outcast Owls, and anybody else who her ex-husband had a problem with. And in this movie, she's going to go through and she's going to knock off every name on her kill list. And at the end of the movie, guess what? We're all going to stand up and clap for her. You know why? Because she deserves to fuck every single one of us. If you would like more information about my upcoming movie called Fuck Jugs, you can visit onlyfans.com/Roxy Red. And I encourage all of you to do so because, you know, my movie is going to be excellent. It's called Fuck Jugs. And to paraphrase Kill Bill, that girl deserves to kill every one of us. But I'm going to say that girl deserves to fuck every one of us. And I hope she does. You all have a great time. I hope you discuss it. I hope I run into you all in the very near future. Salute, gentlemen. You're a real one, my dude. Don't let this fucking clown talk over my respect for you.
No, I know. John is not.
We spoke behind the scenes like a couple of fucking adults should, and everything is the way it should be. I will see you all when I see you all. El Pork Chapo says hello.
And, you know, I got to respect it because Blake says I'm Studio 17 now.
Hey, John Malenko, does this sound like me not giving a fuck?
You gave so much a fuck the other night on your show, dude. You could hear the cracking in your voice. You sound like a little prepubescent bitch over her, dude. You lost your favorite toy at the gathering. You lost your, ooh, I'm fucking his wife. Look at this new power I have. You don't have it anymore because Mac's fucking his wife. And
all right, hold on, man.
Slept all day long.
All right, listen. When I hit up Roxy, I had no way of I don't really care about Chuck. I have no opinion of him.
Fuck Chuck.
I know you haven't. I could tell. I didn't hit up Roxy with any intention of any of this happening like that.
He didn't. He didn't want Roxy involved.
I don't think it's right that Roxy did that to Chuck and made him feel bad. I don't think any man should fucking. I think men are not really looked at as the people who get fucked over in a lot of situations, and Chuck got fucked over. But in the light of it,
you got some pussy.
Her husband did kick over our fucking trash cans.
And water.
It wasn't, you know, I wasn't trying to fucking. I didn't think Chuck was even on the radar like that, but I knew Raya was gonna find out, and you know, that's fine. And I have nothing bad to say about Roxy. That's it. That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah, check out that OnlyFans, I guess.
Yeah, that he was trying to get video of. If anybody took video of y'all fucking in the trailer, he wanted to buy it so he could put it on her fucking OnlyFans.
There is video. Ross has it.
How come nobody talks about that 16 in a day shit? Nobody ever talks about that. It's just ignored. The Owls won't cover it. TPE won't cover it. Fuck them anyway. Nobody wants to cover that 16 in a day. Chuck's got some shady ass bullshit too. Why is nobody dredging all his past stuff? Everybody just forgot it because he took down CPN. I ain't happy. It's whatever. He's a piece of shit. I told you I didn't want to be on panel with that motherfucker.
There's nobody better than anybody, I think, in our community. I think a lot of us are fucked up and are here because we're fucked up, and we like hanging out with other fucked up people.
What are you smoking?
I'm just being real. Like,
we are. We're all the bottom of the barrel. That's why the fuck we're here, you know. But some people take advantage of that. You know right well CPN's followers are half goddamn retards. Just like you know fucking Chuck's followers are half goddamn retards. And they prey on that, and the new jugglers come in and think they're the shit. Why do you think Blue's got all these followers now after 20-some years of being a fucking loser and a laughing stock? They're preying on these half-retarded jugglers that know no better. And they're creating divides that don't need to fucking happen. They really don't.
Well, I don't think John, dude, nobody gives a shit about that, dude. Nobody thinks about that shit. At this point in the community, it doesn't look, man, I don't like the fact that you are putting so much emphasis on Chuck and fucking CPN's opinions anyway, dude. They're
All
just
right.
fucking
I
two
guess.
juggalos.
I guess I've had it balled up a while, and I'm on panel, and somebody said the other day save it for panel, so I saved a little bit for it. I just felt like they could have helped out a lot, and they did, and that's why I don't have no respect for them. That's all.
So yeah, that's it, man. I hooked up with CPN's wife. Chuck hooked up with CPN's wife. I think she's a good lady. I don't want Chuck to be in a position that he's in.
I hope Chuck cries tonight.
Not nice. I just broke up with my girlfriend of 5 years, like maybe a month ago, and I was sad. I sad boyed that shit for a while. God, end the fucking show, Blake. I'm like rambling on.
All right, the show's over. Get the fuck out of here.